Second topic here is going to be 100 Texas Christians pray before a school board meeting to spite non-believing parents. Here we go, man. This is a good one, man.
Ooh.
I know Drew is going to have a lot on this one to say, so here we go.
Should prayer be allowed at school board meetings? That's what one organization is trying to prevent.
The National Freedom from Religion Foundation says Killeen ISD violated constitutional law by praying before school board meetings.
Earlier this evening, local residents came together to try and convince the board their freedom of religion should not be attacked. News 10's Trevette Tatras has the story.
They came together singing and praying in protest of a formal complaint filed by the National Freedom from Religion Foundation, saying the district had violated constitutional law by allowing prayer at school board meetings.
We want to hand our children a better future than one that is the product of continuously backing down to those who would strip away our religious liberties.
With more than 2,500 signatures, they presented petitions to the school board pleading their case.
We're not trying to force religion. We're not trying to establish Christianity. We are simply maintaining the freedom to pray as we have always done.
A lawyer with FFRF says they're not trying to violate anyone's religious beliefs.
FFRF, respects everyone's private right to hold the religious beliefs that they choose and even to express them in a public forum. The only time we get involved is when the government is promoting one religion over others in violation of the Constitution.
But some parents don't believe that's true.
The cafeteria, the classroom, we want him to know he has the freedom to pray wherever he wants.
The school district has hired a lawyer and is hoping to resolve the issue soon. But until then, citizens like these will continue to pray while they say they can. Trevette
Oh my God.
KWTX News 10.
I want to
Cleveland County
strangle
Sheriff
somebody.
is behind a new call to get the area school board
Still got 2
to
minutes.
start holding Christian prayers before their meetings.
Right now, board members have just a moment of silence, but a local law enforcement group says that's not enough. Today, reporter Tina Terry found out the steps underway to get support for this.
Yeah, a lot of people in Cleveland County here heard about this after seeing a post on the sheriff's Facebook page. It calls for people in the community to go to the school board and demand they begin meetings with prayer. This letter posted to the sheriff's Facebook page says Christians are being persecuted in America more than ever before. It specifically calls out the Cleveland County School Board for not praying Christian prayers before board meetings. Today, a captain with the sheriff's office explained why that should change.
We believe they're the only governing body in Cleveland County that doesn't open with prayer. And we feel that we're a Christian community and that this community has Christian values.
School board chairman Philip Glover says the board discussed the issue a year and a half ago and decided to implement a moment of silence before meetings.
That's an opportunity if someone would like to pray that they can pray silent.
But the letter calls for school board members to set aside time to pray out loud before meetings. Glover wants to hear from the public.
I welcome that. Anytime that we have the opportunity to listen to the community and hear their input.
Today, some told us they support board members praying out loud.
In my opinion, it's our right to our religion.
But others say the plan could create even more controversy.
Who's going to pray? Who's going to decide who the praying will be to? It would be fine with me personally if it's Christian prayer. But if we can allow prayer in our public meetings, then there's nothing to say we can't have satanic prayers or any other prayer to any other form of religion.
Supporters of prayer are being asked to attend the next school board meeting that is Monday, October the 12th at 7 p.m. We'll let you know what happens there. Reporting from Shelby, Tina Terry, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, Drew. What's wrong with your fucking state?
The persecution just never ends, bro.
It is, man.
Jesus Christ. I just want my boy to know he can pray wherever he wants. Yeah, he can pray wherever he wants, you stupid bitch. Well, it's not like they ban prayer. Your little boy can go, thank you, God, wherever the fuck he wants. It's not like, Jesus Christ.
I know.
They outlawed God from school. Really?
That's
the omnipotent man in the sky is outlawed from school now, is he?
Well, that's the thing. Will these Christians ever get it? They won't get it. Of course your kids can pray in school, even with other classmates. You just can't have school faculty, just like teachers, coaches, so on, lead students in prayer. I'm like, this is the separation of church and state here. I'm like,
why do they need the government to be involved at all. That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
And not only that, but they're directly going against the teachings of Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Matthew 6 verses 5 and 6.
Yep. Not only that, that cop is completely disregarding his oath, which is to uphold the Constitution.
Correct.
So I'm pretty sure that captain, he was a captain, right? I'm pretty sure that captain should get fucking fired. In my opinion, at least.
He should. I'm sure the ACLU is looking at that shit. But
Well, and like what Dark Matter was saying, they feel they have to have the government involved in this. It's the same thing in all these videos we cover, where they're like, there's like this board meeting or this council meeting or some shit like that for the city, and they all stand up and they pray and do all this kinds of stuff. Why, if that's the issue, why don't you just pray in the back room before you all come out and sit down?
Yeah.
Why does it have to be this official part of a government meeting?
Because we're a Christian nation.
Good point.
And, sometimes I think the best thing that we could do is like let them put prayer back in school and then watch them tear each other to threads over what prayer and exactly how to word it. And like, what kind of Bible passages will be taught in school and which shouldn't be taught, because they all disagree on that shit. And they can all agree that they want to pray, but then they all disagree on what the prayer should be. And like that old guy pointed out, he's like, I'm okay with Christian prayer, but the point is that if you let them have it, anyone else can do it.
Satanists and all that shit. Yeah.
This has been proven over and over, and they can't take a fucking joke. Glenn Beck is crying because they took down the 10 Commandments from Oklahoma courthouse, but then they put up a statue of Baphomet on the fucking where is it, Detroit, and they had to do it in like a private location, hidden, because Christians are that butthurt about this kind of shit. And they've had their way for so long that they don't want to give it up.
Well, it's because people like us are coming out of woodworks and telling them they are wrong, and then we have people like ACLU, American Atheists, and all these organizations there calling them out on their violation of church and state.
Freedom from Religious Foundation, which is awesome. FFRF, which they mentioned in the video, and they have MFRF, which is kind of like them too.
Yeah, exactly. And the funny thing about this is, like, they need to realize, like, when you have a school board meeting, when that electricity comes on and the bills they pay for that fucking building, it's from taxpayer money. They need to realize that. And it's people like me that pay my taxes that goes towards shit like this, like Drew would be in Texas, goes towards shit like this, and we speak out against it, but we're the mean ones, right? We're the ones that are oppressing the fucking religious out there. Get the fuck out of here, man.
What's beautiful is how they always wonder like why they lose every one of these battles. Because the law's not on your side, dumbasses.
No, and you guys are. It's because they're persecuted.
And that's
persecuted.
And
persecution has gone up again in this country, and up and up and up.
Yeah, they claim the victim fucking card every fucking time. Like, this shit
I
comes
got
up.
something for
We're
that.
the victim. No, you're not the fucking victim. You're the ones pushing for this fucking bullshit, and we're the victims. We're the ones calling out your fucking bullshit. It's like,
if
they
they
don't fucking
can't
understand
impose, if they can't use the government to impose themselves, then they're being persecuted. That's bullshit. If it was flipped around, they would lose their shit. Like if an atheist got to talk about, religious arguments, against Christianity before, a meeting, they would lose their shit.
Oh, fucking right they
But that would pretty much be the equivalent.
Yeah, they lose their shit just when an atheist says, "I'm an atheist."
This is true.
Like, whoa, what? No, what? No, we don't have that here. So yeah,
Or let a Muslim do the prayer, or a Hindu, or whatever, and then that's it. That's enough for them to call the whole thing off.
Yeah, we're going to get into
the best thing that can happen is to, like here in Florida, the satanic coloring book, man. The quickest Christian coloring books ever. Like they were had biblical coloring books, and they're like, no, it's totally fine. Anyone could do it. So the satanic group put and it was totally a fine comic book, but it was like, Hail Lucifer.
Yeah.
They were like,
I actually want one of those.
Oh my God. And they were like, never mind. Nobody should be able to put any kind of coloring books or anything. They were the first ones to go against it after they saw that they weren't the only ones that would be able to do it.
Wow, that's
they live in the delusion that, of course, it's freedom from religion. First Amendment only doesn't mean freedom from religion, means freedom of my religion, which is, of course, the Christian religion, which, of course, is their particular religion, whichever one they want. And then if they want to just get to it, they'll just do, oh, okay, well, as long as it's Christian, if it's not Islamic, if it's not, Jewish, that's fine. But once it gets challenged, once they figure out that it's not, that unlike what they think, it's not a Christian nation and it's not run solely by Christianity here, then they kind of panic.
Yeah, and there needs to be a lot more of this, and especially like the Bible Belt. These states, like even from everywhere from Florida to Texas, is like there needs to be a big crackdown from like the FFRF and shit, and the ACLU. They need to be like in here, like looking at a lot of shit.
They've been too sheltered. They have no clue, no fucking clue. They've had their own way for so long, and they're far too sheltered, and they need to realize that there's other people in the world who don't think the way they think.
No, but that's not freedom of religion. You know, anytime there is they protest like mosques and shit, or like a building of a mosque, and then they go tout like, no, it's my freedom of religion because America's a Christian nation based on Christian principles. The laws are based on the Bible and the Ten Commandments, because they don't know shit. They're just willing to spout whatever, or I guess choose ignorance or turn their brain off when it comes to this shit. But Huckabee has got to know that, I mean, this is just a load of shit. Either that or he's convinced himself. I don't know. Either way, it's despicable bullshit.
And I think for a large part he believes what he says.
Let's think, man. You seriously think Huckabee? I mean, like, what he's been doing recently. You think he really wants to be president? Seriously, come on. Let's think about this.
He's going to be president.
You don't think he's doing this for Christian propaganda, or do you think this guy actually wants to become president? I don't know. Dude.
I don't know. Like, well, you can tell when people are like just like kind of lying and peddling to do it. There comes a point where you have to lie to yourself so much to be able to convince other people that you're doing it. Like God saw it, has said before. It becomes the point where you actually lie to yourself so that you can convincingly lie to other people. That's what a lot of like the preachers, they might have started out not believing it, but they really believe it now because they have to convince yourself of this retarded shit to be able to sell it to other people convincingly.
Didn't Huckabee just come out with a new book or something? Yeah, didn't he? He just came out with a new book, right?
Probably.
Yeah. I think he just came out with a new book like
the title,
this year.
How I'll never, ever, ever fucking be president of the United States.
Right.
Hey, what was the last one, TJ? It was like God, guns, and grits or gravy or some shit.
Guns, grits, and gravy.
God damn.
That's guns, grits, and gravy, because Jesus, AK-47s, and fucking gravy.
I think that's the book, actually. Something.
The scariest part about that story was the cops, the fucking sheriff.
Oh God, it was disturbing.
The letter on their website. I mean,
can you imagine being pulled over and they find like a satanic Bible or something in your passenger seat, or like what I mean, like something questioning Jesus or whatever, a book or a bumper sticker saying you're an atheist or some shit like that. Oh, you would get like searched and something would be found. There would be some problem with you, and that fucking don't go driving through that part of Texas.
Yeah, and when they have "In God We Trust" on the back of their fucking like their bumpers and shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's many places in the South I will not go, or I'll wear long sleeves just because of one thing.
You'll be lynched. Ginger parts
by the cops.
You'll be ginger lynched.
I know. I already have that going for me too. Jesus Christ, right?
You'll be ginched.
Ginched.
Ginching is legal in all 50 states.
As well it should be, damn it.
That's right.
Shut your hole, Baldy.
Here.
Forget about it, right? Tommy from the Bronx, Meridian Frost and non-stamp collector. What's up, fellas?
Jesus.
Meridian Frost, non-stamp collector.
And then dropped
Tommy
off the
from
fucking
Bronx,
face of the planet.
Unbelievable.
What now?
What's up, Tommy?